should... Yes, we are back.
We are back there, viewers. Sorry about that. Let's blame the weather. You know, it's very sunny outside here in Biel.
Very hot, very warm.
hot. I don't know why this is happening today, so we are gonna figure it out for tomorrow. Once we are gonna be back with the next portion of the event of the rapid tournament, but I hope that we can finish this tournament because we had some issues, unfortunately, today. Sorry about that. Nothing we can do about it.
Yeah, sorry. We were commentating here while, yeah, didn't
miss much.
Didn't miss much.
You
yeah.
didn't miss much. So F4 was played, Knight H8 was played. You know, this is the day of really odd moves. Here, it just actually sort of rings a bell because our ordinary guys, he played Knight H8 against like Wang Lian, and it ended badly for him. So Yu Yanyi is convinced that there's nothing wrong with the maneuver, and he's going to try his luck again. But, you know, I don't believe it's good.
Yeah, and also after playing e6, now the bishop on f7 doesn't have any squares. It means that knight on h8 also doesn't have any squares. I mean, knight from f8 cannot go away because it's protecting the pawn on h7. All pieces are protecting something and cannot go because of the other piece. I mean, basically almost all the light pieces of black are just stuck there on the king side.
Yeah, that's a big problem. This knight is a big problem. So I don't know what Yu Yanyi has to do to compensate it. Maybe play f5, but f5 creates some other weaknesses. No, he plays queen d8. I guess he still wants to play f5 to bother this knight. So we might expect some sort of a knight f3 or some sort of a bishop d3. Maybe f5 is also a move. But f5 opens the bishop. Tough to say.
Yeah, it's very tough to say. And also f5 blocks kind of, might block the bishop on e4. It's not so easy. I think maybe a slight improvement of white's pieces could be an idea. Maybe bringing the queen to, I mean, queen d3 actually there can be d5. We have to be really careful.
Right. Yeah, d5 is definitely a move. Also, I think one of the reasons why Yu Yanyi positioned the queen on d8, not only attack the knight on h4, but also think about d5 idea, extra protect the square.
I don't know. Maybe he's considering...
Bishop d3.
Interesting.
So he does play bishop d3. You know, actually I saw another move, but I'm not sure it even works. Here. No, it doesn't work. I tried to make work knight g6, but I was a bit too lazy to calculate how many pieces we captured. Yeah. Takes.
Too many pieces,
Takes. But there's two knights. Yeah, there's two knights.
There are two knights. So that's the only positive thing about knight.
Yeah, of
standing
the knight
there. That there is no knight g6. Yeah. But okay, bishop d3. Basically, white is saying we have a lot of space. Your pieces are stuck there on the king side, and I'm just going to slightly improve the position and bring the pieces. I mean, knight. Oh, d5 is actually played. I mean, he should try it.
It makes sense, of course.
Makes
but now
sense.
the big question is what he's going to do after c takes on d5. This I'm not so sure.
Because many squares are getting weak. Like,
yeah, there's the f5 square. This looks pretty dangerous. Something like knight f5, this knight, maybe this knight on f5. Think about h6. Some problems to protect the square, although the queen would love to be on g4. You can't get it there just yet. So after c takes on d5, maybe black needs to keep control of the f5 square and play queen d5.
Then there is bishop e4. Oh, there is
Could be bishop e4.
Actually, d2 pawn we can give up because then we will play rook d1.
Yeah, and sacrifice the pawn, which is something we already have seen several times today. The players don't really care about their pawns.
For the activity.
Right.
Bishop c6. I don't know. It looks... I don't know if it's a valid pawn sacrifice.
That's a very good question. You know,
Maybe.
let them try to figure it out.
Okay, let's see what happens after d5. I mean, for sure, cd is one of the moves you are looking at. And you see that if you take the pawn and the opponent recaptures with the pawn, there will be a huge hole on the f5, and any piece can jump there. And actually, we have
for a move, h6.
Wow, h6 now. So while there is a strike in the center, he's striking on the king side. He's striking where the king is right now, h6.
I think that black needs to take it. Because if he plays something like g6, a lot of people respond to that automatically by, my opponent attacks me, I have to defend. But now this pawn on h6 becomes pretty annoying. And there's no easy way for you to win it later. And he does play g6.
It's like a nail. This pawn on h6 is just standing there, controlling g7 square. And, like in the game where Yu Yanyi actually managed to checkmate Wang Li, the pawn on h3 was the one which helped it. And it could be something reversed like this. So g7 square will be weak forever.
I think it answers the question what he wants to do after c takes on d5. He wants to take with the pawn. And that's why he's playing g6, because now after c takes, he keeps control of the f5 square. It can work, but it can also backfire, because like I already said, I'm not entirely sure that his pawn on h6 will be able to win back. I don't know why he didn't like g takes on h6. Maybe, I think it was like this, Angelika. C takes on d5, so if you play e takes, you weaken the f5 square.
Of course.
And if you take with a queen, there's knight e4.
Oh my god, yes, an f6 pawn is just...
And now you have some... Actually, how do you defend it? Because king g7, some queen b2 ideas, need to watch out. So if you play something like knight d7, now bishop c4 could work. Queen d2, rook d1 attacks the rook with the rook on d7, so you can't do that. Now I might try to do something like queen b2 or f5, and I think that Yu Yanyi just trusted his feelings, right?
Out of two bad moves, I mean, not bad moves, but like forcing moves, he tried to choose for the least bad one, probably, which he thinks. And yeah, we still have pressure on the d5, c4 pawns, so no one takes. Of course, like black would like white to take, and white would like black to take, but yeah, so far we have this pressure. And very, very interesting pawn structure, and not so clear. It looks like at the first sight that white is better, but not so clear that how do you proceed with the attack. So,
All right. So one thing which is very characteristic for the highest level Grandmaster games is that they rarely make blunders. Like, okay, we saw making one blunder earlier today. Yu Yanyi actually mated Wang Li in one move where this was absolute horrendous blunder. But very often the question which comes from the club level players is how come that some strong players, they beat other strong players without obvious blunders? And that's where comes into play this very important thing which drives everybody crazy, and that is the evaluation of the position. So we have this position. Imagine yourself what we are seeing here between Arjun Erigaisi and Yu Yanyi. And very often, both the players are perfectly happy. So white goes for this position. And white's logic is, listen, I have the pawn on h6, your knight on h8 is silly. I believe my long-term understanding of the position is I'm going to find a way to capitalize on this bad knight on h8, on this pawn on h6, and I'm going to make you suffer. So that's what Erigaisi believes.
yeah.
What Yu Yanyi believes, your pawn on h6 is actually a weakness, my knight on h8 is temporarily bad, and then in the long term, I'm going to get the pawn on h6, the knight on h8 is going to come back to life, and I'm going to prove that you have nothing. So who is right? And it usually goes like this. They play some not obvious moves, and after something like 10, 15 moves, one of them understands.
Yeah.
Yeah. The plan I chose was not a good one. But it's not obvious, right? It's not very obvious from the start, and that's why one of the greatest skills, Angelika, I believe, is this ability to evaluate properly. Have this very subtle understanding of the position. It's a great skill.
Yeah, absolutely. So players are making the moves which are helping their plans, maybe not so obvious, maybe some prophylactical move, but they're improving, and at the end, who might strike and get a good position might be the one who is winning the game, even without any obvious blunders. Okay.
And black goes after the pawn. He plays immediately queen of fate, and exactly his point is, listen, your pawn on h6 is a weakness. I'm just going to take it. But if we really want to analyze this a bit further, which we are not, white can sacrifice this pawn, right? Because there's this unofficial currency in chess that pawns sometimes can be worth 2 tempi, 3 tempi, right? So your moves, queen e7, queen f8, queen h6, queen f8, it costs you some time. And during this time, I can do something else. But let's just move on to the next game.
Absolutely. Let's see what's happened there, and then later we will return and check what happened on the board number 1. We have Diak having not so much time against Lekwan Liam, with still having actually queen on a1. He didn't castle, but okay, also Lekwan Liam didn't castle, and the queen is still remaining on a1. Pretty passive, I would say, but he has 2 bishops. Okay, not anymore.
Not anymore.
But bishop against the knight. Knight looks like a better one piece to me.
Now, again, I think that when I'm jumping immediately to this position, I would want to give a proper assessment. White is better, right? I think we can agree on this because I think the main factor is going to be the king's safety. Because if black had the position, let's say we had a position something like pawn on g7, rook on h8, and pawn on h6, I could just castle. I have one sort of weakness on d6, but I can easily protect it. But now, I think that black simply has one weakness on d6. These double pawns maybe don't really matter, but the king is always going to be in some sort of a danger. So I think this is what Lekwan Liam was dreaming for, that he has a chance to press for this pawn on d6 and use some attack possibilities against the black king.
Yeah, so yeah, we will see that Diak has less time actually, but he has this disadvantage, so he can continue pressing the pawn and use some ideas. There can be something like queen c3, queen c2, for example, you know, just trying to attack the rook over there, maybe enter on f5. There are so many weaknesses in black position. Rook d5 immediately, so he wants to actually go on the d file. Maybe bishop c5 and rook
this looks
d1.
really good for white. Bishop c5, take it, f4. Yes.
f4.
He tries to, this is a very famous strategy. He tries to create direct threats against the opponent's king. So his strat is now to take it, take on c5, d takes on c5, just snatch the pawn. So I was actually looking at immediate bishop c5, take it and play something like rook d1.
Yeah.
But black is pretty solid, so f4 makes perfect sense. And the white can always take on c5, I think.
Yeah, and the problem is you cannot do anything. You cannot push e4 because it would weaken f6 immediately. Rook f5, like it would be your bishop d4. Yes, like everything is hanging. So black has to do something, has to support somehow the pawn on d5. But how is Lekwan Liam going to do it? Knight d7 looks like it introduces the c5 in the position. Actually, maybe.
Actually, that's a brilliant point. So knight e7, c5. Yeah, as soon as white gets this position, even if we have a material balance on the board, all that matters is this king's safety, right? If he would remove the queens, okay, I think black is probably more or less fine, right? But the king is in the middle of the board.
And this is a huge factor. This is one of the the most important factor normally. If you're down material, but you're having a crucial attack on your opponent's king, you're going to win it, even if you're having like a couple of pieces. So yeah, this is something really incredible happening here. The center of black, which looks like fully protected, d6, e5, f6 pawns are protecting each other, but white is just breaking through.
Am I saying it correctly that Diak is down on 12 seconds?
Yeah.
Could it be?
Yes, it looks like that.
And this is not the first time, actually.
And actually, remember from the previous tournaments he played this year, he was also almost always very low on time, even in classical portion of games. So he likes spending time. That might backfire, you know, you cannot get so low on time without consequences.
I mean, obviously, having a very good time management is a very important factor because you can play brilliant chess, but if you don't leave yourself time to the critical moments, nothing really matters what you did before.
But the position matters more than time normally, but
He takes off the jacket. Okay. Do you think we are
who
going to
is
check
taking
move
off
again?
the...
I think
Def
removed
take...
it.
Oh, I didn't see.
I think he did. Knight e4, c5 played immediately.
Ooh. Yeah, so our idea with c5,
Oh, there's
And
a
taking-
lot of moves.
taking only 5.
What about
to 5.
e6 here? This looks killing, no?
Oh my god, e6.
e6 looks so killing here.
I
What do you
mean,
do?
poor king on e7. This is just... Wait.
That's it.
Wait, what about e6, king e6?
Uh,
King e6?
No, but you think you're going to survive on d5? I don't really believe it. Maybe this is what Wang Lian wants to do. Okay,
don't
let's not
know.
switch yet because
Let's
this is very
just look.
exciting.
This is very exciting. And also, like, such an amazing idea. Like f4,
Wait,
c5.
I might actually take with the pawn. Take it
Ah, yes, actually with the pawn. With the pawn.
and take it. And I'm saying you have no checkmate. What? What's
Wait, what? f6. What?
Why?
I mean, we had one.
Wait, Angelica. F takes is queen g7.
Yeah, queen g7.
I just missed this.
But that's why I wanted king e6 try to work. But okay, probably it's not working.
King e6 was definitely
But
better
what
than f6.
what a blunder! 2 blunders already today. Huge blunders by the Wang Lian.
But maybe this was already dead loss because queen h8, king d5, I give you a check.
King goes back.
Yeah,
I
but
guess.
you can still play this, right? It
Yeah.
doesn't really feel like I should immediately resign.
Yeah, because you're staying on the light squares and you cannot.
At least I don't see nothing immediately, so I'm only coming to the conclusion this was another blunder. Well, yeah, because you don't do that. I mean, why would you? Very, very surprising. Yeah, just rook d7 gave away the queen without any resistance. So not looking good for the defending champion.
Not looking good, but okay, as we say, it's only the first, even not a portion of the Grandmaster Triathlon. It's just a tiebreaker, so anything can happen in the further event. But if Wang Lian is not going to get to one of the top players, he's just going to be having the worst tiebreaker in case it comes to the same amount of points later in the festival, in the Grandmaster Triathlon. Okay, so we have another game ongoing. Knight is jumping. 2 bishops are not...
I think that David is not going to take on d3 because this means he has... Not David,
David
my
is
apologies. My
Vincent,
apologies, Vincent. He's not going to take on d3 because this means he has no chances to fight for the victory. Now instead he is going to try to get the pawn on c4. Knight b2. Yeah, it's sad move, but what can you do? You need to protect the pawn on c4, otherwise white just has an extra pawn on 2 bishops with excellent chances to win.
Yeah.
a6.
Where does the bishop go? Bishop
Just
just
take it.
takes. Just takes.
Oh, he wants to trap it.
He wants to trade the bishop.
No, not trade, trap it.
Trap. Yeah, I said trap. Yeah, trap. A4 doesn't. A4 actually.
What about bishop c1
Bishop c1, knight d3, and b5.
and bishop a3? And knight c5. Oh wait, it's the pawn is still under attack.
Yeah, b5
b5.
and knight c5. What is going on?
Yeah, but how do you trap this bishop? I mean, yeah, knight c5 is definitely a move. Knight c5 takes, but you never can play king b6.
Yes, but
because I
you
go
play
here.
bishop d7,
Bishop d7.
and then you play.
I think it's about to happen. I think it's happening. So Vincent is like, doesn't believe what he's seeing. So bishop d7 is incoming.
But there is a4.
a4 has to be played.
A4 was played, the only move. Vincent is having still an extra pawn.
a3, bishop b5 is a big threat. So both players are down in the last 20 seconds. Very, very important game here. Because
Yes,
both of them have 2 points out of 4. They need this victory.
absolutely.
White king is going here.
Okay, so he has to move probably the bishop or the king. Okay, he moved the bishop. Yeah, black has to try to activate somehow the pieces, because otherwise it's...
Yeah, but I put the king on e3 and play f4. You cannot take it. And then I play 5, f6. I think this could be winning for white. So David has to block these pawns, but are they blocking? Black's contemplate this.
Maybe bishop b5 now? Ah, no, bishop b5 now just take. Doesn't work. Oh my god.
So he's going with the king on b1. I wonder what was wrong with the king e3, f4, f5. I don't know. So Vincent's idea is to play king b1, king a2, king a3, just take this pawn. I'm not sure this was good.
I'm sorry, but what happens if black is doing nothing, just keeping the king on this
That's the point.
six?
That's a fortress. That's the point. This
That
is what
is-
Vincent just realized. I mean, you could even see in his body language. He just realized that he forgot that there's such a thing as a fortress.
King, it looks like a pawn there on this
I mean,
six.
there's nothing he can do. I think we are going to go back to this game if
Yeah.
we're going to have time. But no, this is a draw. There's nothing he can do.
Oh my god.
And you see that David very quickly plays it, and Vincent, I think, is going to blitz out something like 10, 15 moves. This is what we call like a acceptance moment, when you have to accept. But
Yeah.
okay, he already agreed to draw.
Draw. Okay, so we have the result over here as well.
We have Jules Moussard. He has won the game against Amin Bassem. Amin Bassem had a bad game, unfortunately. We have Diak, who won the game against Le Quang Liem. And then we have one more ongoing game where Eric Geise is playing against Yu Yanyi, the tournament leader.
So Jules won. Okay. Yes, so we are going to look what is happening in this rook endgame. Both players are very, very low on time.
And Yu Yanyi has an extra pawn in the rook endgame. So
Yeah, and previously the position looked so bad for black, then suddenly it just turned around.
apparently there was a missed victory. I don't know where it was.
But I think there was missed victory for everyone. Yeah, but now king
I guess king, no,
g6.
okay. King e3, I guess king g4. You want to push this pawn? King g6, okay. That's a bit strange.
Now h4, but there is rook c6 always.
Rook c6 is a big threat. h4, rook c6, h3, rook d6, h2.
Oh my god, h4.
That's the idea. What an idea. So this was, I guess, missed by Arjun in the time scramble. King g5, that's why he discards the idea to play rook c6. But king cannot go here because the rook is attacking the pawn on d3.
Yes, and he can... I thought actually he might play king g7, not to allow rook to h.
But wait, I mean, we might still get this idea. King g4, rook g8, king h3. I might still go here because now your king is in front of the pawn. It's still not
Yeah,
over.
exactly. It's still not over. So check. It's a one repetition, so they just repeated rook e6, rook d6. Rook is protecting the pawn.
h3. I think this is asking to be played. h3, rook h8, king g4, rook g8, king h4. I think black is just
Yeah.
winning.
Yeah, it looks like that. I mean, the white cannot do anything with an extra pawn on d3.
So Yuanyi is about to score 4.5 out of 5. I mean, after
Unbelievable.
last year's performance of 1 point out of 7, last place in the Chess 60 tournament, Yuanyi is about to crush everybody. Wow, what a message.
This is absolutely unbelievable. Yeah?
That's it. Rook g4, rook h4, finish the game. So there's no way white can save this game now.
Yeah. Arjun is trying still last, I mean,
h2, that's it. Yeah.
he can even play f5, but okay, h2 is
He
just...
knows. He knows.
He knows that it is just over.
Very powerful last part of the game by the Chinese Grandmaster. We didn't see what happened in the middle game. Yes, and Eric Geise just says, oh my goodness, what just happened here? I resign. He's not
Oh
happy.
my god.
What a performance by Yu Yanyi, who is now 4.5 points out of 5. I mean, what an incredible result. So maybe before we are going to review Keimer's game, did he have any winning chances? Maybe let's check
The standings.
the results first. Yeah.
The results, yeah, so we have Yu Yanyi winning incredible game. Arjun was better at the beginning, but then somehow Yu Yanyi just grabbed that victory. We have Diak winning against Le Quang Liem, a huge blunder by Vietnamese Grandmaster. There was a draw, Keimer against Navarra, and Jules Moussard won against Bassem Amin.
Right, and talking about the rankings, just a second. I'm gonna first go back here. So here are the rankings, 4.5 points out of 5. Yuan Yi is the clear leader, still keeping his 1.5 point leadership over the remaining Grandmaster Daniel Bogdandiak. 3 points out of 5, thanks to his victory. Vincent Keimer, Jules Mussart, and David Navarra have 50% score, and our ordinary guy, Silik Wang Liem, not doing so well in this tournament, but everything is going terribly in the last games for Amin Bassem, who is unfortunately right now in 8th place with only 1 point.
Yeah, and actually we just see that there is a 1.5 point advantage of Yuan Yi. It means we have now 2 rounds left. So if he plays, if he scores at least half a point, he's going to be in the tying for the first place. But if he just wins 1 game or just plays 2 draws, he's going to be for sure the leader of the tournament. But it means that someone else should try to win 2 games in a row. So it means that Diak should win 2 games in a row. That's a tough challenge.
Right. All right, so indeed there we see there's the round 6. The leader is to catch here. So maybe let's go back to the game.
Yeah, I think the players are getting ready for the next round.
We have still something like 6 minutes, I believe.
Okay.
So where was this? Let me try to find it. But I was really curious. Okay, it's a very interesting game. It was time scramble, and here, whatever happened here. So Vincent was clearly focused, and he recognized that the pawn on a3 is a big problem, right? So he needs to eliminate that. He played bishop c4, he played king c1, he played king b1. And about here, he recognized, okay, oh my goodness, there's a fortress. I mean, I just cannot push away this king from d6, and you could just basically read in his face, right? This is what he realized. But I thought, could you not have played king d6?
Yeah.
Is this a possibility? And now that I'm looking at this, Angelika, I see another idea for black. Bishop c2 with the idea to play c4, bishop b3, and if you take it, I play bishop b1 and a2.
Yeah, so that was another opportunity to try to save for David. So he was.
Maybe this is actually not so great. Okay, I guess it's a draw, right? If I take it and here, I play like this. Although you're going to have 3 pawns.
I think it's still going to be a draw.
Still going to be a draw. Yeah, then there's nothing I can do. F5, a2, then I actually risk to lose.
Yes, this is actually a big risk, I would say.
Yeah, because of this weakness. Okay, yeah, so I guess there was nothing he could have done. The game finished in a draw. What other games we missed? Just a second. Yeah, this game was a bit shocking, to be honest. This would be 7 blunder. And I mean, yeah, I guess he just never entered out of the opening. And never exit out of the opening, right? Because he had this terrible experiment.
One cloud or
Von cloud. No, I mean it was not a bad opening, but I think everything just went terribly
wrong
for him after this shocker on the second move. He blundered this idea. I think he blundered this idea of queen g2, then the double attack on c4. So this was actually pretty, how do you call it, a cunning trap by Jules. He played f6. I think this is why he spent those several minutes before the game. He was trying to figure out what most likely my opponent is going to respond. And he came up with this idea to play b5. It's really incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. And after quite some moves, like we already see that white pieces are so much in trouble, while black is gaining so much space in the center. Yeah, it was quite impressive from white. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, things got really, really bad for. I mean, he tried to change the game. He tried to complicate the matters. He was already down material, but it was just not meant to be. Now he's down 3 pawns, and Mussart did not fail.
Exactly. And In the chat, actually, people are writing that all of the grandmasters are from different countries and federations. That's actually pretty incredible. I mean, I think last year we had, I don't remember, but I think the years we had like someone in this from the same federation, but today like all from different. People are saying even if you count commentators, there are 10 federations.
Yeah, but what about last year? So who did we have last year? It was
It was Yesipenko, Gukash, Lekwang Liam,
it was
Saleh Salem.
maybe also last year it was 8 different nationalities. You know, now that you brought this up, I'm thinking it was not like, I at least don't recall being 2 representatives from the same country. So I don't think this is
Vincent
really unique.
Keimer and Gatakamsky. And Gatakamsky actually
It's
represent USA, yes.
Yeah. So I think actually last year we already had 8 different representatives and the commentators also from different countries. So really international tournament here.
Exactly.
All right.
So very international, intercontinental event. So, okay.
Yeah, let me see if we already have the games for the next round. So most likely, I think again we are going to start with Yu Yanyi. And you can see Yu Yanyi is sitting there. Just a second. Let me go back. Let me go back here for a moment. So the games are about to start in something like, what time is it? In 1 minute. So you're not going to miss anything. I'll be back in a moment.
Okay, last year we had Naidic and Keimer, so it's like a Naidic
Naidic
representing Azerbaijan,
That's a good point.
but he's actually German, so
Right.
so it's a close one, yeah. Yeah,
right.
officially, yes. Okay, so we have the games about to start. Players are getting ready, trying to get themselves familiar with this position. It's actually very cute king surrounded by the rooks on A1 and C1. So in order to castle short side, you just have to remove all the
G4.
pieces.
No, E4.
Oh my
Did somebody
God.
play G4?
Yeah, I think in the previous rounds.
No, but no, in this round. F4, F4. Yeah, that's the problem, right? I mean, I think it's in the subconscious, right? Because you know how G4 is a bad move, and you just don't want to play it. But actually, I think here it was perfectly legal move. G4,
Exactly.
bishop G2, F4. Okay, fine.
Yeah, I mean, for sure it looks very logical because both bishops are standing there. So, but okay, players decide to go for a different, have a different approach and this kind of opening. And yeah, immediately starting to trade the bishops, maybe trying to get some space for the king in case of a short castle. But actually for a long castle, you also have to remove so many pieces, like it's incredible. Yeah, this is actually a crazy position to start with. But okay, they're both getting quite quickly into some normality.
Maybe Yanni is happy with a draw. This would almost allow him to guarantee the first place because, let's again to remind you, he has 1.5 point lead over Diak. So if he wins this, if he draws this and Diak wins on demand his game, then Diak needs to win another game just to catch him. So
Yeah.
I think that's why here Yu Yanni is just being the pragmatic and okay, fine. I mean, you want to equalize, fine, no problem, right? I wouldn't be actually surprised if this would end peacefully, but maybe it's Jules who might want to do something, but it doesn't look like. His body language is like.
Yeah, I mean, we will see the moves because the moves will show how ambitious he is. But here, like, just queen f2, for example, and you just can short castle already. Similar for black, just remove the knight, play knight c6 exactly, queen f2 or
Oh,
queen
we might
e2.
actually see that. That's
Queen
nice.
e2
That's
and
nice.
castle.
Are we about to see it? Knight g3 and the short
Knight
castle.
e3, I mean, first queen f2 or queen c5.
We talked about this.
Yes.
This is actually a legal castle. Remove the queen and castle the short way.
Yeah.
Okay, what is it technically, Angelica? Is it the short way? Is it because all the castles to the right is to the right? I mean, this is the right castle, and this is the
And normally it's
another
called
right
short castle.
So let's call it the short castle, the short long castle, and the long short castle.
Yes, something like this.
Once again, how was it? The short
No,
long castle, the long short castle.
another way, I think, because this is a long castle normally, so that one is short.
Yeah, but normally to the king side is a short castle.
Yes, exactly. So it's long, short castle, and that one is short, long castle.
No, I disagree. I think there should be a
Because the
your
term
point is
the term is short castle, and then
I understand.
I don't know.
No, actually, I think you're right. I think you're right. It's long short castle and short long castle.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay. Now, are we gonna see that? I'm curious.
I think that the players might even like stay for some time, you know, and wait for some activity on the queen side, and then just castle. Then they say, okay, I don't want this. I mean, this is.
Now, it doesn't look like they're in the mood to fight. At least Yu Yanyi looks incredibly peaceful here.
Yeah. I mean, they're just trading almost everything.
But you know, one thing I can absolutely guarantee you, dear viewers, there's so few players in the world who know how to play for a draw. Because it's so difficult. I mean, all of us, we have been in tournament situations when you need a draw to fix something, like you need a draw to fix the first place in the tournament, which I believe UNE is trying to do. You need a draw to fix the last Grandmaster norm or get the FIDE Master title. You need a draw to, I don't know, get the ladies prize or something. So, and it's very difficult. Because
Absolutely.
by definition, you start to play very passive. And there's this belief, at least in the professional circuit, but I'm pretty sure that club level players also know it, is that if you want to achieve the desired result, which is a draw, you should play for the win.
Yeah.
That's the belief that everybody knows, but not so many people actually do it.
That's for sure. You just have to try to play normal, how you would normally play, or try to be a little bit more aggressive. But yeah, I mean, here we see that everything is working pretty calmly for both players. And actually, some people in the chat said that you should first wait for the pass pawn on the king side and then castle to catch it with the king. I mean, okay. Jokes aside, the players might remain with the kings like this, and then I think once someone is going to castle, the other side will castle as well, because there might be some action starting on the king's or queen side. So expect something like queen of two, and yeah,
I would just love to stay on this slightly boring game for a moment, because I'm really curious to see, are we gonna see this? Oh my goodness, what was it?
Long short.
The long short castle. So are we gonna see this? Because this is such a relatively rare event. But still, of course, Jules needs to make a move.
Yeah, he might also do the castle.
Maybe there was a draw offer. No? No draw offer. Okay.
He's playing knight
Knight
f7, so he's not yet castling. So maybe queen f2 and short castle, long short castle.
Let's see this. Not queen f2? No.
A4.
A4.
Let's go.
Okay, that is interesting.
That is very interesting, I mean, for sure. So, what is he trying?
No, he is trying something. Maybe we
What
didn't
is he
understand it
trying to
correctly.
achieve? Yeah, yeah.
Maybe he is trying something. It just, everything disappeared from the board so quickly that we were
Yes.
having this impression, right, that he's just trying to fix the first place, which is absolutely normal.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody does it.
Yeah, everybody knows it, everybody does it, but sometimes, as we already said, as Arto said, if you're starting playing passively, trying to play dry, you might even get in the position where your opponent takes over, and then you're going to have to suffer. So c6, trying to push for d5, so Jules is also not leaving his ambitions
I have a feeling
behind.
we are not going to see
Maybe we
long, short castle.
Maybe not some other board. There is also
Yeah, let's
short.
check it. I mean,
short,
we're going to
long
have to go
castle.
back. We are going to miss historical moment here, but okay. What can we do?
Okay, here rook already moved. They cannot short castle anymore.
Let me just in case refresh. Okay.
Okay, here no more long short castle because the rook moved. But probably he wants short long castle. Actually.
Now you're
Yeah.
getting really me confused. I mean, I already forgot which is what. I guess this was your long, short, long castle.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
fine.
I think
Just
he wants
castle.
just castle. Yes, he just. I mean, there is only one possible for white. So yeah, and I mean, I don't know what's happening with black pieces because knights are kind of waiting for each other. Knight on d8 doesn't really have so much space.
White looks better.
Yeah.
Because I think the idea that after he takes on d4, it's not bishop takes
Mm-hmm.
on d4. I think it's now long castle.
Yeah.
I think this is
agree.
the idea, right? You are
Yes.
pinning this pawn, and then you want to take with the rook or the bishop.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, white has some space advantage. I mean, this pawn on the 5
Mm-hmm.
is, pushing the knight on d8. I think the main problem for black is this knight on d8. And there's also some extra weaknesses on g6 and e6, and I think it just summarizes that white is better.
Absolutely. Yeah, white is for sure better here. And
Oh,
We're going-
99.6% accuracy by David Navarra. Compliments from chess.com.
yeah, very nice.
Wow. 99.6.
That's very huge.
But hey, it's only 9 moves made.
Yeah,
But-
but still. But as we saw, there are so many mistakes according to chess.com in the first moves. Like players are just managed to play a couple of moves and there is already a mistake. So it's actually maybe even impressive to have after nine moves almost no mistakes. Okay, let's maybe jump to the next board. We have Lek Wang Liam facing Vincent Keimer. And they're having also kind of a peaceful position and he's going for a plan of Yu Yang with a4, a5, trying to push on the queen side, but they didn't trade the pieces. They're keeping it very, very complicated.
I'm curious why you say it's a peaceful position. Is
No,
it peaceful?
because pawn c3 restricts the knight.
But there could be some b4, b5 ideas.
Okay, yes. Forward.
Maybe also the same short, long castle? No, long, short castle? Maybe
Yes,
something like
yes.
b4, bishop. Yeah, but how do you remove this bishop for the castling? You can't castle with a bishop as far as I know.
No. Only if it would have been on h1. But
Is that an option, yeah?
yeah. I
The
mean,
bishop enters on h1 and you could castle here.
I think yes.
Okay.
At least you know if on the board it happens and the opponent doesn't say anything against it and it's legal, then it's fine. Then it's going to happen. Actually, about the castle, I think recently there was some castle. I mean, on one of the top events, I don't remember exactly where, but there was a rook move or king move, and then there was castle. I don't remember. It was just recently 1 or 2 months ago.
This happens all the time.
Yeah, but okay, when it's like on the top level, it's already like something special.
Yeah, but this happens all the time. I remember this happened a couple of years ago in Riga Techno University Open. I was doing commentary when it happened. I've done it myself in the rapid game, and none of us noticed. And then I went at home. I tried to insert the game at
And you
in the
couldn't
computer, and I
insert.
realized I made an illegal move. So it happens, right? Especially if you had it like early in the game, rook a7, rook a8, and then something like 15 moves later you castle. So very easy to forget.
Yeah, exactly. Very easy to forget. But yeah, we have here also the chief arbiter who is controlling everything to be correct. So we'll see. I think arbiter sees the illegal move. I think he can interrupt, right, and say and
Not
put.
really sure what happens. Should he interrupt? I guess we can ask him.
Yeah, we will ask him once
what
he's coming for
happens?
the interview to us here.
What happens? Maybe it is the player who has to claim. I'm not really sure what current FIDE rules say.
I think it's only saying like about the draw. So after 50 moves, the player can claim, but after 75 rules, then or moves, then the arbiter can say, okay, enough of playing. It's a draw. But that's a problem. In rapid, you cannot count. Or
Right.
almost. Okay.
All right, and the fourth game we have here is Arjunari Gaisi, who is playing against Daniel Bogdandiak. What do we have here? We have something. Oh, we have a chance for long this castle. Are we about to see it?
Long short castle.
Just a second.
It looks like it's going to happen because like there is some e6 move was played.
Which board is this? Board number 4.
Board number 4.
I just want to see this moment. Oh, he already did it.
Oh no, we missed it.
We missed it.
Oh no.
The king stands on g1. I zoomed in to see it. Yeah, so actually after queen f2, whatever was the black move, I think here. Yeah, we.
You should touch the rook, I think.
I'm touching it.
Strange. No, but
You
it was for
refresh?
sure it was for sure legal. Yeah, he played it.
You know,
This is cute.
We are hoping this is going to happen today, right? So the king with the rook suddenly dances to the other side of the board. This is what we call long short castle.
Yeah.
All right, but on a serious note, what's happening here?
Yeah, so we have some a3 before threat from white, maybe trying to open the position. But again, if queen moves to c7, then black is also threatening to long short castle. Or
I think
castle.
white is much better here.
Yeah, it looks like, yeah.
Space advantage, yeah, king h1, a3, b4. Again, the question is, where's black's counterplay? It's always like this. I mean, you always have to ask, where's black's counterplay? Because if you play g6, the question is, are there not going to be any problems with your pawn on f6?
Yeah.
Like there's the queen, rook, knight, everything is well positioned to meet this counter-strike. If you don't play g6, okay, maybe you play h5.
Maybe you play h5. Yeah.
h5 actually looks pretty decent.
Because you still didn't commit to castle, so you can try to break it on the king side, try something. Maybe that's why he has also rook on a6 that can be ready to join the action on the king side at some time if the pawns are going to be breaking with h5, g6, something like this.
I would play h5 because I would be really concerned where's my counterplay.
And g6?
What?
No, g6.
Ah, g6.
Yeah. Or it's
Yeah, g6 is also a move. Maybe that's why he played rook a6 to protect the pawn on f6. Right, it makes perfect sense. I can play knight g3. I can keep control of this square. So let's say you take it a couple of times, take it a couple of times, take it, take it, take it, take it,
and
take
there
it.
could be some.
Take it, 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 and it gives nothing, right? I just get a very beautiful outpost on e4 and bishop e3.
Yeah.
A lot of weaknesses. These are passive pieces on f7 and e7. So I think it's just knight g3. I think that Diak is choosing that.
Knight g3,
G6.
knight g3, maybe knight d6 we can play because there is no threat on f6 anymore. So now knight d6.
Yeah, this looks very logical.
Ah, he went for g6. Okay.
Yeah, he went for it, and knight g3 was instantly responded because this is how they play. I mean, very often, I mean, very rarely, maybe is the right way to explain. Very rarely you just sit at the board and don't expect anything your opponent is going to do. So you anticipate, you use the time that your opponent is thinking about. It's difficult, but it's very rewarding.
I have some sad news. We missed the castle on Vincent's board.
Yeah, we
he
missed a couple of
castled.
castles already because it was also...
We were waiting in one board. And
We missed it in Arjun's game, and we missed it in Winston's game. And I have a feeling it has something to do with the players being the artists, because they also can't help themselves, right? Maybe the short castle is actually, this whatever, long short castle is actually not such a great move, but you know you just want to make it. Right?
Absolutely.
You don't get so many chances to make this odd castle.
We have an update on the board of Navarra. I mean, Navarra won pretty quickly. So
Which board was
yeah.
this? Number 2, yeah?
No, number 2, yes. So just blundered something maybe.
Wait, what was this? Oh,
Oh my God.
oh my goodness, for Amin, this is a disaster tournament. I mean,
Oh.
it was already going really rough for him in the previous round. He didn't get out of the opening, and now he just played bishop b4 and blunder d5.
Yeah, this is just so sad.
This sometimes happens. It just, I mean, you never know what are the factors. Yeah, bishop c3, the point is intermezzo move, and knight e4. Maybe this is what he missed from afar.
Maybe.
Wait, what? What did he miss, actually? Want to follow? So where's the blunder, actually? What? It can't be.
But I think it is.
Come on, really? It was like this?
Okay, let's go slowly.
Just a second. This
Let's
could have been
go
one of the
slowly.
most insane combinations. I mean, just a sec. Let me refresh.
Okay, 94.
Wow! Oh my goodness! So it was actually a brilliant combination by Navarro. Look at this: d5, d takes, queen d2. So this rook is under attack. Now you play knight e4. You sacrifice the entire rook. I thought the queen is protecting, but wait, there's 2 attackers. Now you play knight c5.
And there is no a5 because knight d7 and bishop takes the a7 square wave, some a4.
a6 is knight e7 mate. b6 is knight e7 mate. Knight c6 is knight e7 mate. So the only move is b takes on c6. And now you include bishop a6. And now knight d7 is just delivered the mate on the board.
Oh no.
I think this is the most beautiful combination so far we have seen in Chess 960 today.
Yes,
To
this
be
is
honest,
a
I'm
very
very, very
beautiful.
happy to saw this.
Yes.
So we
We
have to
have
ask
here-
to David, that was indeed a part of your combination, right?
Yes, it was. Can I?
Yes, yes.
Just for a
Yeah,
few
you can
minutes,
join us.
Yes, yes.
Right. Welcome,
Maybe you
everybody.
want-
Sorry,
All right,
sorry. Hopefully, we'll
maybe instead of Angelica.
Yes.
That was incredibly beautiful. So actually, we stopped analyzing here. We thought, okay, I think Amin Bassem blundered, right? He played knight e4. And then we realized actually it's a longer sequence.
Yes, yes. Actually, I welcome everybody. I'm glad to be there and to play such a strong Chess 960 tournament and such a strong event in general. And
Yeah.
in this game, I sort of wanted to win because I saw that Amin Bassem, who is a very strong player, has not been doing so well in random chess, at least today. So I wanted to play something sharp, and after e4, the problem is that e5, bishop c4, bishop c5 might become very standard and very classical f3 exchange, f6. And okay, I can also play f3, but d4 is probably not so great because black takes and plays some knight c6, d5. And I considered also d4, but then e5 might be strong because the queen cannot be attacked on e5. So f4, and actually I wanted to meet f5 with d3 because I could not see a good move. So it would be sort of waiting move because if I start with knight g3, there is e5, and if I take like this, there is f4. And if I play e4, black takes, and plays d5, which looks good because then black should be able to push e5. So I wanted to play something what would not look like normal chess, and okay, after knight e3 there is d5, so I wanted to play d3, and after e5 I would have taken and played d4, losing tempo, and after knight c6 I would have played d4 anyway, and
So this actually has some resemblance to one Dutch defense opening, right?
yes,
You're willingly dropping a tempo.
yes. So here f5 was an ambitious move dictated by the tournament situation. And queen h4 looks nice. I don't know if black needs to protect the pawn, but if so, it's a good developing move. I still have problems with this hanging g2 pawn. I would like to exchange bishops somehow, but it's not so simple. So I played rook e1, preparing d4. I don't know if it's such a serious threat, but okay, queen d7, d4. And I don't know whether I would have taken it first or castled. Probably I would have taken after all. I also considered this. D takes c3 could be interesting. I don't believe it would be good because black is underdeveloped. But if he consolidates, my king could be unsafe. And in a rapid game, it can be very tricky. Although it's probably not good. And bishop c5 was an option, but here I can probably exchange. And here I would play a prophylactic move, preventing knight f7, because now the pawn is attacked, and I can also sometimes play something like knight h5 or knight e4, depending on the circumstances. There were also some ideas with knight c5. But bishop b4 followed. d5. My original idea had actually been rook c1, which is probably good as well, because I'm threatening knight e4, the bishop is hanging now, and after bishop a5, it's hard to believe that it could be good for black. I think it was here where I found the ideas with queen b4, knight c5, that black has to go queen d5 instead, and it should not be great. Maybe I can even insert taking on b7 first. I don't know, but then...
So how long did it take you to notice this idea that you can actually win on the spot?
Actually, I spotted it around... I had calculated this position sometime earlier. I also considered b takes c3, but... okay, after black's move, I already saw it, as far as I can remember, and I was just trying to check all the lines if I have not missed anything, because it would be very, very silly to lose a game because of sacrificing a rook in a very, very promising position. I don't know if here white has something, because here black is an exchange and a pawn up and just needs to consolidate, which can be difficult, but maybe possible. There is a threat of queen f4. Right. By the way. Okay, then I spotted this idea after I had calculated this continuation already before, but I spotted this idea and I just was careful not to play it immediately, because brilliant ideas do not always work and sometimes they have some holes. So knight c5. Originally, I thought, okay, black will play a6 or a5. I give check and king a7, and then I realized that there was no king a7, and that there was no way how to protect this because of bishop a6. So it's very
we were
nice.
Stunned. We were stunned because we also, you know, initially our reaction was we saw knight e4. We're like, okay, Bassem blundered. And then I just noticed, wait a second, this rook on e1 is attacked twice, right? And then it just dawned upon us. Was this actually a relay transmission or something? And oh, actually it's a mate on the board. So.
Bassem spent some time and then resigned. I would be happier to see this happening, but okay, it's up to him. It's his decision. Would you have
played out yourself if you're playing for the black's perspective?
Probably I would. But another question is whether I would after being on 1 out of 5. But this tournament doesn't count into overall standings. Bassem is a very strong player, so it's probably advantageous to have 4 whites in classical chess because of the scoring system, but on the other hand, there are higher drawing tendencies in classical chess, so having 4 times white in rapid chess also has its advantages.
All right, thank you, David, for joining us.
You are welcome.
Unexpected you joined us. We are absolutely appreciating that. So good luck in the tournament.
Thank you.
Right, and I'm sure we're going to be seeing you more in the studio.
Thank you. I hope I will not spoil everything in the last round.
So that was Czech leading Ramstad David Navarra joining us
Thank
in
you
the
for
studio
your attention.
after his, dare I say, immortal combination of this tournament at least, right? This knight c5, quite unexpectedly. The bishop on f1 and the bishop on g1, they did not make a single move in this game, and yet it was the black knight which delivered the checkmate. This is something you don't see very often, and yet it happened. It happened today in Biel in the Chess 960 tournament in round 5 between David Navarra and Bassem. Clap, clap, indeed.
Yeah, huge applause to this brilliant combination. And we were just looking at the position and thinking, oh, and here it is.
Right.
Incredible. Yeah, huge thanks for David for joining the studio to show and explain us all the ideas. It was really, really amazing. Let's go and see what is happening right now. We have actually at the board on the cameras.
So you and you, we have checked, nothing yet has changed there. Maybe we get, oh,
not even a
there's
castle.
something.
Not even a castle.
There's something happening. Board number 3, let me try to pull it up. What do we have here?
What do we have here? That's a good question. Oh my God, what is...
Is this real? Just
Is this
let me
real?
refresh.
This I hope also
no,
have
no,
the
this
same...
is not real.
This is not
I
real.
thought this is too good to be true.
Yes,
This is too good to be
absolutely.
true. Okay, so we have a simple position here. It has normalized. Le Quang Liem has, again, a better position. He has a beautiful knight on d5. He's slightly pressing. He played d4. The tournament standings are as follows. As you can see, Vincent is ahead of Le Quang Liem by half a point, but everything can change.
Absolutely, yeah.
So if Liem managed to win this, this means he's going to catapult himself higher. d4, knight a4. I guess Vincent wants to play c6 badly as soon as he can, because the knight on a4 takes care of the b6 square. But Liam says this is not going to happen, and he plays rook b7 immediately. And yet the engine says rook b7 is
A mistake
A
for some
mistake.
reason. Yeah, but I don't know
Knight
what.
c3?
Knight c3.
Did he blunder knight c3 here? Wow, look at this. Knight c3 and e takes on d4. The question is Winston seeing this? It's easy to miss this. Takes, takes. I mean, knight c3, and e takes on d4. This is actually an unusual fork.
This is a usual fork indeed, and actually it's already a kind of a normal position anymore. It's not some chess 9-6
And
stuff,
ICT
and
is
he is
played.
happening. We have some amazing chess today. Absolutely incredible. I mean,
I just
so
have to go
many.
back to this moment. Double exclamation mark by Vincent. A great pre-sacrifice. He noticed this possibility. Knight c3 takes on d4. This is bad news for Le Quang Liem because he is feeling out of shape. In this tournament, it's not going really well for him. He's currently in the 7th place, and now again he blundered. Because which round was this? Second round, I think, when he blundered mate in one.
Yeah, I think it actually like shook him off. Like basically he
Who wouldn't?
who wouldn't,
Right? I
absolutely.
mean, imagine you play a tournament, you are like having your ambition, you feel well, and then you blunder mate in one. And this leaves, I don't know how to properly say that, some sort of a scar.
Absolutely.
So it just, you instantly know this is not going to end well.
This
If I
is-
keep missing mate in ones, right, I mean, something is off. And this is a feeling you just can't shake off. I know this because I'm speaking from experience.
Absolutely, yeah. But normally you try to take one game at a time and just try to play better in the next game. But yeah, somehow blunders are not letting Le Quang Liem go, and he's now going to grab the knight on e3, and the Vincent will be up a pawn and try to fight for something. So here rook c7.
Rook a1 check looks very dangerous.
Rook a1 check, and even bishop h3 is a move actually. But
Yeah.
okay, I have no idea if it's legal. If it's rook a1, bishop f1. What about queen c7 and bishop h3?
Nice. Nice. Queen c7, bishop h3. You're so sharp. That's
I don't know.
brilliant.
Is it winning?
No,
That's
it's
an
winning, I
endgame,
think.
yes.
I just
Knight
don't
in endgame should win, yeah.
I just don't see. Wait, it's a knight in game. But it's an extra pawn. And if I play knight b5,
So trade everything and this pawn. Okay, maybe it's
I
not.
I thought I'm up a piece.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But it's a nice idea, you know. You're sharp today. Now Vincent is thinking about this actually. He definitely sees this. I mean, if he saw knight c3, I'm willing to bet anything. He sees also queen takes on c7, but it's not only about making beautiful moves. You have to calculate if it works. And Vincent's clock is ticking. I mean, it's 15, 14, 13, 12 seconds. He has to make a decision. He has to make it right now.
Yes, absolutely. He has to do it. I mean, there is also
Tick-tock,
bishop
tick-tock.
bishop h3, which is a move. I
And he
mean,
plays queen c7, Angelica.
He's
and
going
you see
for it.
like one game, like,
okay, there
he
is.
saw it.
He saw it, yeah. And here, knight b5 looks like a.
But is this enough? That's the big question.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the only thing he could have tried in the position, right? I think that's why he went for it. Because otherwise, what would you do?
Wait, what about knight b5, knight e6 idea? I don't take it. What about knight e6, knight e4? What about this one?
Oh my God. Yeah, actually.
Wow, so you can't take it as
Amazing
a
stuff.
mate. Queen c4, wait, king
Wait.
h8, the bishop on h3 protects
Covering.
the square. There's knight f3,
Knight f7.
knight f, what?
Knight f7.
Oh, you found some resources. Oh, major resources. That's a mate.
This is crazy.
That's a mate. Okay, wait a second. How was this? Knight b5,
Knight
knight
b5.
e6, takes. Wait. I guess I can't do it then. Can I? Can I do it like this? Knight e4, queen c4, and bishop e6. This is too much, no?
It looks like it's too much, but
Queen e4, e2. Queen f2.
queen. Maybe queen b4? No.
Even queen b4.
Queen b4
Queen
right
b4,
now.
queen b8, queen c6. Yeah, that looks dangerous. Yeah, intuition says it's dangerous. Wait, so what do we do after knight b5? And you can see, I mean, Liam is trying to calculate it very, very carefully. He decided to play queen c4 check, I think. Queen c4 check,
To
I saw it on
include
the
it,
board.
yeah.
King h8, and now what?
I mean, he actually can play queen f7 to
Now
force
knight
the
b5 is
trade.
played. Okay, I
Knight
think we
b5.
can resume here. So was there any mistake? No, no mistakes.
Knight b5. Okay.
Okay, the excitement now, I think, is going to lead just to a draw. Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, well. Yes, Angelica, indeed. Yes, this is sometimes what happens. You play a brilliant
Yes.
combination and it's still not enough. Maybe this queen sacrifice on c7, and it was not such a good idea. But
Yeah.
it was really asking to be played, and you can't blame Vincent. And he's actually, look at this, he's down a pawn.
Actually,
Oh.
it's getting more tricky for Vincent.
Now that's really depressing then.
I mean, yeah, like finding this idea and trying to make it work and then finishing.
And then you
big
have to
out
fight
the
for a
pawn.
draw
You
in a
have
way.
to fight for a draw, yeah. I think it should be a draw, but still white has chances.
No. I mean, especially, I mean, maybe it's a draw with a very accurate play, but again, you have this luggage with you.
Yes, absolutely.
The luggage of with the experience of this game, and you're not performing the same. I mean, that's why it takes really a great skill, great nerves. Yeah, so you have to put it behind us, behind you.
For sure, but okay, knight is trying to be remaneuvered to f4 somewhere there, or c5 to kick that king from e6 and trying to push forward the pawn. I mean, black should create some counterplay or something really badly because, okay, king e5. No, it looks very sad
I
actually.
think white is going to win this. That's my.
That
that's
would
my
be
bet.
so sad.
That's my bet. I mean, that's life.
Yes, the life is unfair.
That's life. So if I can go back to this moment for a moment, so nothing is going to happen immediately. Oh,
Oh my God.
Queen of One, double exclamation mark move. Okay. I mean, Juscom is trolling us, but here, this was the moment. This was the critical moment. So Queen C7 is incredibly beautiful. It's really nice, but the question is this good?
Maybe we could try to look the lines of engine, what they're saying in this position.
Engine says you have nothing with black. I just checked. Yeah, so there was nothing.
Okay.
There was nothing. So Vincent did everything he could. Maybe he shouldn't have entered the same game down a pawn. But
Yeah, it's sometimes like this. Sometimes such wonderful, beautiful things like work. Like David said, first he looked at this idea and he thought, oh, but there is king a7. And then he realized, oh, there is no king a7. And it was a brilliant checkmating attack. It was unbelievable. But here we have also some nice combination, but it simply doesn't work. And white is just pressing.
Right.
White is pushing, and it's not much you can do, right?
Indeed. So he can play this position forever because the rules of chess, again, they're as follows. You can play this position for 50 moves, for 49
Exactly.
moves, without moving any pawns. Then on 50th move, you move a pawn. And then it starts over again.
Yeah.
And for black, there's just no obvious way how black should lead the defense. I think he wants to trade the pawns, but the issue here is that if at some point he plays h5, like let's say here, he plays h5, g takes, you need to watch out for knight g3.
Exactly.
This pawn is under attack, and after h4, you might lose the second pawn as well. So I think that Vincent knows he has to trade those pawns, but when and how?
That's a
No.
question. Maybe we move to the board of Eric Geise against Diak because it looks some amazing positioning there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like Eric Geise is about to promote the pawn, but there are so many checks by black. Diak is trying to hold it. I mean, he's always has to try to keep pushing because he's the one behind Yu Yang-yi. If he wants to stop him, he has to win games. But we see here that
I think white is just winning, no?
not going
I mean, this
too
pawn is
well.
promoting.
Yeah.
Is it though? Wait, because also this pawn could promote.
And what to do? Check. There is always
94 with 96.
cheapy move. Cheapy idea. Yeah.
So what did he put? He put another queen.
And now he-
takes 97, I guess. Queen a5 and queen b4.
Okay.
Or he can just repeat the position a couple of times. No, queen a6. So black desperately needs to trade his pawn, and that's what he does. Oh, b6 is queen c8.
Oh my God.
This
He
was missed by
blundered
Arjun.
or.
He missed
Oh
it.
my God. Jack must be very happy. No. Oh my God.
All
brings
right,
a
and we are
knight.
going to see this for quite a long time. So b takes on c5, queen c5. Still chances for white. It's still not over.
Yeah, because king is also somehow in the corner. There could be some sneaky knight jumps, knight forks. So, yeah, it looks like something special, some special position.
Right, so the both
And-
players are down on the clock, and Diak is down on last seconds. Queen b7 was just played. To make sure there's no forks, no nothing.
The update about there was a draw, Yu Yang-yi against Jules Moussard. So we have 2 games ongoing right now.
All right. Yeah, king b8 to make sure. I think king d8 is going to follow. No, knight e7, knight c6. There's a lot of tricks. I mean, knight c6, queen a5 is a big threat.
There are so many tricks.
Now, this game can still finish easily with a victory for white. Because the king's in the corner. There's so many possibilities. Black has no obvious way to trade the queens or deliver a perpetual check.
Wait, I just realized we have a winner of chess 960. Yu
So-
Yang-yi is the winner.
He won it.
Yes, because Diak cannot make it more
he
than a
drew.
win.
He drew, yeah.
More than a draw, sorry, yes. He cannot win. Diak cannot win, so it means he's getting maximum a draw, and Yu Yang-yi having 5 points right now. So
So their game finished in a draw, right?
yeah.
Yep.
I just said that update. Yeah.
All right, so we just zoomed in so that you are seeing it immediately, what's happening. I don't see how many seconds does Eric Geise have? Still very tricky. Knight c6.
Very, very tricky.
There's a lot of diagonal checks. So plus 5 seconds per each made move. I guess king c7. You want to go back. Queen c4 check. No, knight c4. Still no queen trade. Ah, this is very close.
This is getting dangerous.
So he tries to move the king away from the harm's way. Knight e6. Again, no checks, no queen trades. Queen a8 check is something you need to watch out on. Seconds, you have to make this very difficult decision. What about some diagonal checks here, like queen h4 also looks dangerous. Queen a8 looks dangerous. Should be a draw, but
It just looks so, like, I mean, the chess is such a scary position with queen and the knight. You know, knight can.
oh my goodness, he
What?
he forgot about the clock.
Who?
Ergassi.
And I just said that it's not possible for. Oh my God.
So the tournament is still wide open. What a drama. What a drama. This is such a
Incredible.
insane moment. I mean, this indeed happened. You saw it. I mean, guys, he forgot about the clock. He was thinking, I mean, queen h4. He was thinking about the check. He was thinking about here. He just forgot about the clock. It's not over yet. Diak wins the game. Thanks, of course, the major time scramble. A major luck moment here, but wow.
What a game. I mean, it's absolutely unbelievable. Like, I mean,
All right.
and just when I said that we already have the tournament
you jinxed it,
winner,
Angelika.
I
It's on you.
jinxed.
It's on you,
Oh
Angelika.
no, I'm so
You
sorry
said it.
for Arjun.
You said it. It's over. It's not over.
Oh my God.
All right,
Crazy.
let's check
Crazy
the
stuff.
current results.
We have still the last
No.
game ongoing.
Oh, my apologies.
Vincent.
I already announced the tournament is finished, and it's not finished.
First board, I think. It's first.
First board.
Ah, no, wait. Ah, no, sorry. Le Quang Liam against. Yeah, they're still playing this knight endgame.
I
Where
mean, this game lasted for so long that I
Yes.
wouldn't believe that somebody's still playing. No, they are still playing. There we
they
go.
are still playing.
Yeah, this looks like a holdable position now. So Vincent has managed to recover. So Yu Yanyi has a 1-point lead over Diak. And Navarra is, with his spectacular victory, in the third place right now.
Yeah.
I guess we are going to check in a moment. This is a draw. It's already a theoretical draw because whatever chances Le Quang Liam might have had, I don't think he can win this anymore. But still, of course, you have to try because this is something that I've always been saying to my students. Like, even if you know it's a theoretical draw, I mean, if you are the stronger side, you have to try. I mean, you have to try, right? Maybe your opponent is going to slip up. Maybe he's going to blunder something. Maybe he's going to, blunder the knight trade. Maybe he's going to forget about the time. If you don't try, you're not rewarded. So,
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think it's going to happen here, though.
Yeah, I mean that's not gonna happen. But okay. Even Magnus against other grandmaster is trying it. Always playing 4 against 3 or 3 against. Okay, probably 3 against 2 not, but 4 against 3 in the rook end games. And such things. So, I mean, you cannot harm yourself by keep on playing. You still have one last round to go, so you're already cannot get much more tired than you already are. So I guess. Let me
There's
count.
one thing that Vincent needs to watch out.
Time.
No, of course time. Of course time. I just wanted to say there's this trick, knight g7. So
Yes.
you need to watch out not to blunder the pawn. But why would you want to put the knight on g7? I don't know. So as long as he's not going to blunder it, it's a draw. Draw agreed. And now I
Okay.
can go to the results, I think, right?
Yes, now you can, because we have all the games.
So let me show it to you
finished.
first. Here. There you go. Just a second. Oh, no, still not official. There you
No,
go. Now it is.
because I was just doing it official. Okay, so we have quite a couple of draws. So we have Yuan Yi and Jules Moussard. Pretty quick, pretty peaceful game. Nothing special has happening there. We had absolutely unbelievable combination by David Navarra. Like it was probably the highlight of the whole Chess 960 tournament. Amazing victory over Bassem. I mean, we have a draw. Le Quang Liam against Vincent Keimer. Okay, Le Quang Liam could have tried to push, but had a winning position probably, but Vincent managed to sleep. And oh my God, such a heartbreaking. Other guys, he lost to Bogdan Daniel Diak just on time in the position which he normally wouldn't lose. But yeah, that's how it is.
That's life. That's life. So Yu Yanyi keeps his lead of the tournament with 5 points out of 6, but he is still not the winner because Diak can catch him. Diak is only 1 point behind Navarra in the third place. Keimer Mussard with 3 points. And who is playing in the final round? Let me show it to you in a moment. Who is left?
So we're going to have actually the game against the leaders.
There just could not have been a better scenario because I think we are about to see the fight of the leaders. We might still see a different winner here because two leaders, Diak is playing against Yu Yanyi in the final round and Diak has the white color. Does it matter, the white color?
I think it might for sure matter because you are the first one to choose your strategy, what you want to do in the opening in Chess 960. And yeah, actually, if Diak manages to win this game, they're going to have the same amount of points. And I'm curious, what is actually the tiebreaker here?
Yeah, this is really curious, right? Because we know that Chess 960 is the tiebreaker of the tournament. But what is the tiebreaker of the tiebreaker, right? We don't know that. I guess we are going to find it out. Maybe their game would make sense, right? We are going to try to get it clarified. So the game is about to start in 2 minutes.
In 2 minutes, players are getting ready. We are just seeing the leaders coming here, passing by, getting some fresh air before the final round of Chess 960. The tiebreaker, the first place who is going to get the first place will be the one who is actually going to have always a better tiebreak in the future events. So it's quite important. Being second or third, it will always matter, even though it's not counted, even though the points of this event are not counted into the main Grandmaster triathlon.
All right. Who could have thought, right? So last year it was Vincent Keimer who won the tournament with 5 points out of 7. He shared the first place with Abdusatorov. Now here, Yu Yanyi has managed to score 5 points out of 6, and it's still not enough. But now all eyes will be on the leader fight.
Yeah, for sure. And we are going to look, where are our leaders? Okay, they're already sitting at the board, adjusting the pieces. They know what it's about right now. They know it's serious. It's about the first place. Diak knows for sure. I mean, he got a huge lack, of course, in the previous game, but yeah, we are just going to see it in a couple of moments. How are they going to?
Here.
For sure. Yeah, so both players know how important it is. We see Diak trying to concentrate. Yu Yanyi is looking at the board, focusing, trying to understand what he wants to play, what his opponent might play, how he should stop it. So it's just amazing stuff. We don't even see right now that Diak is hiding a little bit. Maybe we could move camera a little bit to the...
I think the players might be already tired because this is already the 6th hour they're playing. It's not easy. It's a bit hot here today in Biel. In the middle of the day, it was over 30 degrees, plus 33.
Exactly.
I believe. So this is the hottest day so far. And then in the coming days, there's going to be slightly some rain. Also very important for the players, and the game starts. So let me refresh the board. Of course, it's not the classical position we have. It's something else.
Yeah, we have a last position for today for the Chess 960. I mean, the previous, I think, was more fun with the king than the rooks on the queen side. But here we have also quite a nice setup. What is E5 mistake?
Okay, I mean the records keep falling. I mean, when was the first double exclamation mark move 3? First mistake was also, I think, move 3, but first move, e4, e5 is a mistake. I don't think I've seen this yet.
Yeah, me neither. And, maybe there could have been some idea of playing b5, trying to attack the e4 pawn. I don't know. But, okay, we are not going to ask the Chess 960 engine for this. We are just going to keep on enjoying the game, enjoying the chess which the players are showing to us in the final round.
Yeah, so Bienne, I think, is going to try to play it solid. Actually, having the black color helps. So you just know you have to keep it solid. There's no need for you to be ambitious. So at the moment, he's just trying to copy-paste Diak's moves, and it is Diak who needs to come up with something.
Yeah, so what would, maybe, there is actually castle possible very soon, just developing the bishop somewhere to d2 and already.
I think that he might want to keep this opportunity to castle for later, because there's a very good strategy in case also you, the viewers, you are trying to improve your chess and give you some better chances. You want to position the king on the other side compared to where your opponent is castling. So if your opponent is castling the short way, you want to castle the long way, and vice versa. So I think that's why he's going to keep the king in the center for the moment and see what happens. Try to fight for the center, bring out the pieces. Bishop c2, bishop b3, some Biel Lopez ideas, I don't know.
The interesting fact that actually castle would have been possible on move number 1, because he would just change. But of course, no one would do it.
I think it's been done before.
Yeah.
Somebody did it. Maybe it was one of these strange moments between Magnus Carlsen and Hikaru Nakamura when they played. I think there was
maybe.
Short castle on the first move, as far as I remember.
Okay, so we have some preparation by Diak. He's trying to be solid, bishop c2, and Bienne is the one to play a5.
It definitely resembles Italian game. So a classical Italian game would be, let's say, we put the knight on f3, we put this knight on f6, both castles, both players castle the short way, and then white at some point is thinking about playing d4. So in these Italian opening positions, the modern understanding of the position is that it really matters who takes space advantage at the queen side. So previously it was very often white who would take space with a4, b4, bishop b3, etc. And now the modern understanding from the black's perspective is that you play a5 to slow down your opponent's advancement at a queen side. So the bishop is going to go to a7, maybe even b5, and I think it definitely looks like Italian game here.
Yeah, it definitely is, and we have black one who's trying to. Actually, bishop is coming to c5, like in Italian games.
No, actually, sometimes it retreats to a7.
Actually, yes.
Yeah, so they play a5 and the bishop a7, and now there's no need for you to retreat because it's already standing on a7. But the big question is the queen, of course. Yeah,
the question is a queen, and probably some b5 might follow this developing the queen, but or potentially even short castle and just returning with the queen by on the 8th rank. But
now Diak needs to understand: is he gonna allow black to play b5 or not?
Yeah.
Because if he plays a4 to stop it, black will play bishop c5, as you already suggested, maybe bring the queen to a7, which is again another idea of the Italian game. I'm sure Bienne knows this. And that's why, again, Diak is thinking about his opportunities here. So, okay, maybe not a4, but then what? So bishop normally stands here on c2. This is a good place for the bishop because you want to play d4. But the knight is supposed to be on f3.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise the knight, if it's going to be somewhere on f1 or I mean, also it could go to f5 actually, no? Like it could be.
You mean knight f5?
Yeah, you could do, or knight f1, and then you will wait for another knight
like
to
this?
go.
No.
No, just wait for another knight to go somewhere. But okay, knight f5 maybe.
Yeah, but what do you want to do?
maybe provoke something.
I mean, yeah, knight f5 is a move. I don't really understand what it's doing, but it's a move. Maybe h5, g6. But okay, bishop d2 is on the board. a4. I don't like what Jak is doing, to be honest, because he has no flexibility of his pieces. There's, again, no pawn play, right? There's no d4.
Right.
There's no f4. There's no b4. And we were discussing this, Angelika, whichever round it was, previous round, right?
Yeah.
If you want to play for a draw, play for the win. It's simpler, right? So that's what Eugenie is trying to do. He's trying to play active. He's trying to be aggressive, and maybe this is going to reward him with a draw. And Jak leaves the table.
Yeah, he's trying to be smart, and trying to develop slowly and more solid and more trying to be more flexible. But the problem is he's allowing this a4, and which is not making his pieces happy. I mean, for sure the queen. I don't know what he might do. He might b4, or is it even possible?
I think there's some moves missing because I saw Eugenie castling already. There you go. a4, castle, and castle.
Okay. So we see the castles. I mean, queen on a8 is still not so happy, but there is so much more space for black than for white. That's why.
Is this psychological warfare he's trying to unleash upon Eugenie, because this is the second time he's making a move and getting up? That's very interesting.
Yeah, I don't. When it's happening in rapid, I normally don't really like when my players do it, but normally the kids are doing it, actually.
Queen d1, I guess, this is what he's going to do next. Queen d1, bring everything towards the king side. King h1, knight f5. There's your knight f5. g3, f4. Oh, this game is still wide open. Nothing is happening here yet.
For sure. Actually, I just recalled that at some game of, I think, actually Romania and the super bad. Also, Magnus was, but it was actually even Blitz game. So he was like, before the game, the time was already running, and he was still like out there watching something. So, yeah, sometimes it might be like a psychological maneuver against the opponent. I don't know. We will see if it works for Jak or not, but for sure he should be thinking about his position as well. And
Queen d1 is played.
Queen d1, he's bringing the queen. Queen d8 might be actually follow, but also b5 is possible, like grabbing even more space on the queen side.
I like this. I like that he doesn't show yet what's going to be his intentions at the king side, but he amasses. He makes the, impression that he's going to do something, and maybe it's also going to provoke his opponent to do something that he might regret. Some sort of, let's say, a3, b4, some sort of a c5, right? I mean, maybe this is silly, right? It might provoke something and give white instead some targets to attack. So,
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise, white is just going to play, like I said, knight f5, king h1, g3, f4. It's very simple, because everything for white is concentrated at the moment at the king side. Technically, this is also the king side, one big king side.
Yeah, let's not forget that the a4 pawn is hanging for a moment, so that's what black has to take care of right now. So
I think what we could do, Angelika, is that we're definitely going to mainly follow this game of this round, but we could spend like 1 minute each for next game, okay?
Yeah,
so that
we're
we
just
don't completely neglect what's happening in other games.
they're just looking at body
It
language.
did not happen, yeah? What is this? No, this is not real.
Just refresh, please. King d7, yeah. That's the move I like.
This
Yeah,
is
that was
more-
bishop d7 move.
Okay. There was a
Okay.
pawn sacrifice, it seems. Let me just very quickly see.
So there was a castle very early on.
It's not really a castle, it's a swap. So
Flip the king and
Flip.
the rook.
flip the king with the rook in places.
Yeah.
96. Oh, that's nice. Look at this. So Arjun sacrificed the pawn.
Yeah.
So instead of taking on c4, which might have been Vincent's original idea, because then he gets this very nice pressure at the d file, every guy, he just sacrificed the pawn. Takes here, and rook e8. I play like nothing happened. And now I think that...
I mean, there are quite some problems for white with the king on c1.
I think that you might be right. I mean, I wanted to say that the white queen on a1 is not doing anything, but then I noticed the black queen on a8.
Yeah, but the problem is that for black queen there is no king on the king side. Black king isn't safety on the king side, but white king has some issues, I would say. I mean, bishop has to be moved.
Yeah, b5, a5, b4 is a threat, right?
I don't know. In order to hide the king and not to move the pawns, it should be made like bishop e4, queen b1, queen d3, and then bishop e1. King e1, sorry, king b1. So you have to push the pawns to bring the king
h4,
out.
I guess. I don't know. I would think about something like h4. Try to take away my opponent's attention from my king, h4, h5, h6, because this knight on d5 is still a monster.
Maybe including some bishop c2 so that there is no b4 ideas like
I
that.
can always play it, no? Like
Okay, maybe.
after
yeah.
b5, a5, I can always play bishop c2. Yeah, it's
It just
definitely a move.
looks scary.
Yeah.
Because
Maybe-
there is also bishop e5, for example, for black,
There's also knight h5.
and bishop e5 here.
What?
Bishop e5.
Bishop e5. I keep
Yeah.
missing it.
I don't know. It looks
Could be some forks on f6.
a bit scary.
Yeah, difficult to tell, but of course, I don't deny that the white king is indeed slightly weak, and you're right, Angelica. Vincent indeed did play bishop c2. Let's check the third game.
Okay, so we have here Bassem Amin facing Lek Wangliam. Didn't have updated position.
Unfortunately, this happens with just 960.
Yeah, so now we actually have the one castled king, and the other one is still in the center. And Bassem Amin not having a good tournament, but he's just playing. He's just going forward. I don't know.
No, I think he just wants his tournament to be over, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I have a very, very simple question, which doesn't have a simple answer. Where this king is going to castle?
I mean, bishop c3, I guess, in castle.
Where? The rook
Short?
took on f1.
Ah, okay, sorry. Yes, exactly. Rook took on f1.
No, this is very bad. So what was it what I said about Petrosian? I think it was Petrosian who said, once you start to play these bad moves, they just keep coming. And unfortunately here for Amin, it's once you start to play one or two bad games, they just keep coming, right? So I think that he just didn't get really into the tournament. He's a brilliant player,
Yeah.
fantastic player, but somehow some things went terribly wrong for Amin, and
He just couldn't rehabilitate after this few losses at the beginning. He just
yeah, you see the body language,
Yeah.
it says it all, right? I mean, what I'm doing here.
just sitting from the opposite side to the camera. He doesn't want to be shown. He's hiding with his hand. I mean, like, yeah. Unfortunately, there should be the last person who has the last place. So
Somebody has to finish last.
exactly,
And it's not really counting for the overall rankings because, again, to refresh your memory, dear viewers, this is just a tiebreaker tournament, which is fun, but it doesn't count in the triathlon of the Grandmaster Triathlon. So in case somebody is going to have a same amount of points in the end of the triathlon, then indeed it's going to matter who finished higher in the Chess 960 tournament, but it's essentially a Buchholz, really.
Exactly.
So if you're talking about a triathlon. But still, you want to play well, right?
Of course, you want to play well to have better tiebreaker. So let's go to the last board. I mean, fourth board. We don't have so many boards. And we have here Jules Mussart against David Navarra. Navarra, after his very nice game, he said himself that the tournament situation didn't leave him any choice, and he had to go for it. He had to go forward, try to win. So, now we can see that he's also trying to create something, but oh my God, this bishop
They
on
play
e5.
very fast, don't they?
They play very fast. I don't know if it's good fast.
So David right now is in the third place. He has a decent tournament, and I do believe that he's in good spirits. After obviously yesterday's round where he played this very, very beautiful rook sacrifice, delivering a checkmate in the knight and having no bishops ever made a single move in the game.
Exactly.
That was really beautiful. And Jules is just having a good tournament. I mean, 3 points out of 6. He had this painful game against Arjun Erigaisi, whichever round it was, I already forgot, second or third round.
Yes, it was at the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, he had an extra pawn in the knight's endgame. He lost it, so that was quite shocking. It happens, but he has managed to recover. He's playing good games here.
Yeah.
Queen d2. Essentially acknowledging that he's slightly worse, because after d takes, b takes, white has a slightly worse pawn structure, but maybe it's not a big deal.
Yeah, maybe it's actually not a big deal, and we see here the trade is happening, but I think that David will try to use this pawn structure as much as he can. But yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, it should be around
Probably it's
equal. Yeah,
probably about equal. So we already know that the slightly damaged pawn structure is not a big deal in chess, and just one pawn here, white has done nothing wrong. He has more or less well-positioned pieces, so it should be okay. Okay, let's go back to the fight of the leaders, as promised.
Yes, we just checked the game, refreshed what is happening right now. Okay, so
What do we have here?
So we have some gathering of the pieces on the
We left it here. Queen d1, and your idea, Angelica, knight f5, bishop c1, g3, rook f7 is a mistake for whatever reason. I don't know why. h4, knight e7, and now white is better.
Actually, I just got update from our chief arbiter on the tiebreaker of the tiebreaker, and he's saying that actually the first is direct encounter. So this could get really exciting.
So nothing is decided here, because if Diak wins this, he wins the Chess 60 tournament. It's really so simple. I mean, for Yuyanyi, that would be a small catastrophe, to be honest, because, I mean, okay, not really a big catastrophe, but he already had almost secured a win. And imagine himself, I know this feeling, when you are leading the tournament confidently, and then you go back and watch how your competitors are playing, and you're looking at one of your direct competitors, you are happily seeing that, come on, he's never going to win this, right? I mean, there's no way he's going to win this, because he's fighting for the draw, and then his opponent flags, and you're so mad with this, right? Because I trusted you, right? I trusted you. You have to make this draw at least for the opponent, right? And he blunders on time.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely incredible way for Diak being here number 2 at the tournament and having a huge chance. So, I mean, that could be, I mean, Yuyanyi has to secure at least a draw. I mean, draw would be enough for him. But how he started playing, it actually was sure that he chose actually very good approach. It was not very passive. But now the position which we're approaching, I think actually it gets slightly more better and better for Diak.
Yeah, because again, everything goes down to this, because you might be wondering, how do we determine that so quickly that white is having an advantage after having nothing special in the opening? Because again, it's all about the counterplay.
Absolutely.
So you just look at the counterplay. I mean, black is seemingly active, so he has some advanced pawns at the queen side, but what is happening in the queen side? Nothing, right? There's no pieces. There's nothing happening in the queen side. So it's pretty obvious that the game will be decided on the king side, and this is where the black king is.
And Diak is standing again. He's standing up again.
Really? I mean, look at his clock. Wait, this is not right. Comfy? There should be another move.
Yeah, there should be a move made.
Yeah, but what I'm seeing is that he has 2 minutes on the clock. Let me get some confirmation. Just a second. This is board number 1. I have the power.
Let's see at the clock. We
No,
have
he
3
has
minutes.
3
3
minutes.
minutes. 3 has, yes.
He has 3 minutes only. So the broadcast has 2 minutes and the clock is ticking, but he has 3
just
minutes.
it's lagging a little bit, yeah. Maybe you could move a little bit to the left side the camera. So, okay, now we see Diak, because he's always sitting back and we cannot see him.
Right. Okay, 97. I'm not getting moves. Let me once again refresh. I don't know what was played. There you go. So B3 was played. Diak is trying to open another front at the queen side, king h8. I guess here Yu Yanyi wants to play g6, push away the knight, because if you do it before, there would have been a fork.
Yeah, absolutely. So now he's trying to prepare that and try to bring his king into the safety. He has both rooks protecting the 7th rank, the 8th rank. So it looks like nothing special might happen, but of course, like Diak can find some resources, and
I think h5 has to be played. So h5 it seems very common idea, h5, h6, but the problem is what happens after, let's say, h5, h6, and do you have a way to crash through? Because f4 is impossible. The bishop on a7 is blocking, not blocking, but pinning the pawn on f2. And I guess you would have to play something like king g2, and black would play something like, not really sure, knight f8, threaten to take it, and essentially build a brick wall. So it's going to be very, very difficult for Diak to break through. And it's the clock. It's the clock which also worries me if I'm really expecting Diak to try to win this game, right? Because, I mean, having something like 1 minute and 29 seconds after the opening, that's not a great time management.
yeah, exactly. And just a short update, we have a result. So Keimer actually managed to win from that unsafe position of the king. It's interesting what, he managed to.
Which was this?
I think second, yeah.
Oh.
You just update. So he went all in.
Oh,
Ooh.
bishop f6 and knight g7. And what's the idea? I guess the idea is g takes on f6 is queen f7. And this is unstoppable threat. Nice.
Very beautiful.
Very beautiful, yeah. So whatever happened is that, I don't know, every guys, I guess, underestimated his chances and Keimer scored.
It is pretty incredible because we saw that actually Keimer's king was... What happened?
Draw.
Ooh, so we have a winner.
That is really surprising, to be honest.
Yeah.
That Diak didn't try, but I guess he felt that he has no realistic chances to win the game. It's been a very, very long day, and of course, it's only a tiebreaker tournament for the GMT, so he just decided to call it a day. Bishop takes on e3 was the draw offer. Yu Yanyi felt very comfortable, and that's why the draw was agreed. So we are going to have to follow the 2 ongoing games of Amin Bassem playing with...
But it still feels like kind of strange, right? He was trying always to push and everything.
But it's been a very long day, of course, and if you don't see a way to crash through, then you don't see a way to crash through, and also the clock was very low for him. So what do we have here?
We have some party.
We have some party, yeah. So the white king is weak. What happened here? Just a second. So we left the king e1, take it, and is this real? I mean, you know, that's what happens always with chess 960. You just want to refresh the position and make sure is what you are seeing here is real.
It's real, absolutely.
It's real.
It looks real.
B3. That looks so wrong.
Yeah, that looks wrong on many levels.
I don't know what happened here. I can only guess is that after this king e1, a5, 8x on b4, clearly Le Quang Liem expected something. I mean, he saw bishop takes on g7, and then he had some idea. right?
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. So after bishop takes on g7, of course he
Exactly.
didn't expect bishop takes on b4. He expected that he's going to do something. And whatever it was, I guess he realized it's not working. I can only guess he was thinking about e5. So he
Yeah.
was thinking about e5 to close the bishop on g7, but
Yeah, but this is
what does it do? I'm not really sure.
this is such a crazy position.
But you just don't enter this position with the idea to play b3. I mean,
Yeah.
because that looks just wrong.
Wrong. Yes, it's.
And he spent like 5 minutes thinking of that position because we saw this position like 10 minutes ago. When he played his a5, we were like, oh my goodness, such a bad position for, I mean, and then you spend like 5 minutes and play b3.
And now bishop. But
now
why
bishop
not
f6.
bishop h6? Why not knight f6? Knight f6.
Knight f6. I could take it.
I mean,
Oh wait,
but
there's a fork on b6.
wasn't there some knight h5 or something like
Yeah,
this?
but maybe there was. Who knows, yeah?
F4. Something.
Not my game.
Oh my God! Yes, not our game.
Not
we
my
can.
game, yeah. Who knows? I can always push pieces, but can you go there actually? I don't know. Doesn't
Maybe
look like
not.
it.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Bishop f6 looks very human because white is trying to remove the bishop so that he can land the queen on g7.
Okay. So yeah.
Bishop e5. Something was missed, whatever it was. I guess we'll never know.
Maybe queen a5 check, but I don't know. Queen a5 check, king e2 is the only move. Okay.
Let's not dwell on that. Bishop e5 was played. Bishop e5, knight e5. This pawn is still very strong here.
I mean, it is strong, but
Can I play a4?
you can try. It's not your game.
Yeah, but I mean, the point obviously is to push away the knight on
Yes.
e5 so that I can deliver a mate. But I think the problem here is that black would sacrifice this knight and make
You're right,
something,
you're
some
right.
moves. But what are they? I'm not exactly sure. Maybe some sort of queen a5. King f2, some sort of a queen d2, and some sort of a b2, along the lines, right? So this looks like a danger, and it feels that white simply doesn't have the time to do this, and he does it.
And he does it. He goes for it. I mean, it looks, yeah.
Wait, what about queen a5 now? Maybe after queen a5, queen c3 has to be done to avoid this idea to play b2 check.
That's why maybe it could have been done earlier. So this queen a5 idea, but we will never know.
But he can still play it. He's thinking about it, definitely. He's looking at the queen side. He's trying to calculate some ideas. Definitely, he's not going to blunder a second mate in one.
And what about queen a5, king f2?
Queen d2, check, and b2. So queen a5 is played. Now, queen c3. I mean, you got to play queen c3. What else? b2. Very nice intermezzo of queen a5. Take on c1 with a check. Rook c2. It feels like lights out. Now, this is winning for black. I mean, this pawn is about to... This silly move, right? Which
Yeah,
we
the
said
silly move.
it's about to promote.
The pawn wants to promote, right? That's the goal. That's the purpose of the pawn. So
Just, yeah, knight
knight
d3,
d3 or rook
king
d3,
d2, some
yes.
rook c5. You have just... it's a
Rook
material
c1.
equality, though.
rook c or knight c1 maybe.
I mean, I don't see the victory immediately. And that's why, of course, like Wang Liem is sitting there and calculating. It's not simple position, but I think that we can agree that he's pushing now because
sure.
white loses his main idea to checkmate on g7. b2, rook c2, and then what? Maybe no b2. Yeah, maybe actually keep the pawn on b3. I don't see, actually, to be honest, at least immediately. And neither does Le Quang Liem, and he is down on 1 minute. 40 seconds. You need to make a move.
He's taking queen a4.
Yeah, he just took the pawn, and there was a missed victory.
Maybe what?
What was it? Okay, I'm going to cheat a bit. B2, rook
B2.
c2, knight e3, knight c1. But okay, it's not
Yes,
like killing
but
immediately.
Yeah.
I guess you just take the piece and pray. What else you can do?
Yeah, you just try to take material and just.
Maybe king f2, king g1, king f2, king g3,
Yeah, but what happens after fe?
rook c5.
And queen b2.
He takes it.
Queen b2, the only move.
Rook c5.
Queen b2, or we give up the queen. No, it makes
I mean,
no
somehow it
sense.
feels there could be some killing combination, but where is it?
A queen is 3 actually. A queen is protecting the rook, and is it possible that we might have just lost this? I mean,
No, I don't think the
lost
black
the
is losing this
advantage.
because this,
Yeah, I mean advantage, not the
Yeah.
game.
this pawn is incredibly strong and the white king is weak, but I don't see like immediate way how to deliver this killing blow. Like takes, and queen b4, king f2, rook d2, king g1. Of course it feels great and it feels there should be something, but where exactly? And this is why also for Ramin it's a bit easier to play because he just has to find these only moves, not lose on the spot. Queen b4, another miss. I guess
don't know.
now things could change
And rook
dramatically.
e5 is also missed.
Knight f6, king g1, knight g4. White is just having an extra piece and he's attacking.
Actually, yeah, and
That's
queen
panic.
h6 is there all the time.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
play knight f6 and king g1. I think now here, Amin Bassem is about to score a very important victory. Just play king g1.
Exactly.
I think he senses this. This is his big moment.
This is his big moment, and actually, rook c7 is threat mate in 1.
Rook c7, queen h6 is a threat. Queen h6 immediately.
Okay, immediately rook c7 later. Okay.
King d6, and then what?
What happens after? Okay, we have just king g1. Checkmate, almost a checkmate.
Just rook c1. And there's the mate threat, rook c6, rook c5. That was missed by Amin Bassem, so suddenly he is facing this very uncomfortable choice to trade rooks, and this is what he did not want to do.
This is what he didn't want to do for sure. Rook f7. Yeah, I was thinking about that, but it looks.
Queen d4.
Oh my God.
Wait, this is not
This is
over yet.
craziness.
You can't play queen e3, just trade the queens. The rook on c1 is hanging. Where do you put the king?
Oh my God.
King
This
g7,
is-
2 seconds of the clock played.
This is such a crazy game. Crazy position.
Rook
It's not.
c3 check, trade. King f2, is that... No, it's not a draw. The bishop on b1
Bishop
now
is
hanging.
hanging. Oh my God. King g3.
Where's the mate?
Is there a mate at all?
I don't see.
He's repeating.
It might be actually a draw. So queen b2, king g3, but why do you take the bishop?
No, but you.
Oh, 95, and now it's...
It's blunder. Where
Oh,
is
is it the blunder exactly?
What is there? My God. And this
Rook
is also
b7 is a
blunder.
Okay,
Oh
I mean,
my
this
God.
is such a complex position. It's incredibly difficult to understand.
Maybe there was some knight d5 jump. I don't know.
What happened? Oh, he blundered the mate.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the The smile of Amin Bassem says it all. I mean, come on, yeah. I mean, I even lost this, right? I mean, you should have won this.
Here 95 maybe, yeah, but okay.
Okay, let me
Here
check.
95 maybe.
Let me check. I mean, this dramatic end. So 95, Rook F8 was the
Or
right
Rook F8, okay.
with a draw. And this is now
my
losing for
God.
white. And also here, this moment that 95, he just missed it. What he should have done is play King C6 immediately. Where after Queen B2, King G3, play King C6 immediately. But come on, I mean, in time scramble, this is not obvious. And why can't you take this one? Because of not very obvious Queen E3. That's pretty insane. All right, so the Chess 960 tournament is finished, and I do believe that we have to check
We didn't check the last game actually.
one more game.
I mean, they didn't. I mean, they finished, but we didn't really check it.
Yeah, but I guess we are not going to do that because the tournament is finished. So the game you're referring to is Musar against Navarro, right?
Yeah, exactly. So maybe we could.
Let's just wrap up things and see what is happening with the current results of the round 7.
So we had some fighting around. Diak had a chance actually to fight for the first place, but it didn't happen. The draw, which brings Yuan Yi the victory in the tournament. Vincent Keimer won against Arjun Erigaisi. We have very exciting finish of the game. Le Quang Lie managed to win against Bassem Amin, and David Navarra with a victory against Jules Massard.
And this also means that here are the overall rankings. Yu Yang clinches the Chess 960 tournament, which feels probably very nice to him after the last year's disastrous 1 point out of 7. Now this year he's victorious, 5.5 out of 7, well-deserved first place. Second place goes to, I'm not really sure who is having the second place, Daniel Bogdan Diak together with David Navarra.
It goes to Diak because in the in the counter among them, David Navarro lost to Diak, so that's why it's actually how it is on the board.
So Diak is second, Navarro is third, Vincent Keimer this time is fourth place, Le Quang Lie is fifth place, 3.5 points, followed by Jules Massard with 3 points. Erigaisi, probably quite disappointing, only 2 points, and for Amin Bassem, this is a tournament to forget.
Yeah, and but again, we should not think that this is it, and this is not even a part of the main event. It is just a tiebreaker, so it's just going to mean that, for example, I mean, Bassem is going to have the worst tiebreakers, but it might not even come to the tiebreaker. So let's see how it's going to continue in the main event. And meanwhile, I think we're waiting for the winner of the tournament to join us in the studio.
So we're going to make a break of, I don't really know for how long, something like...
maybe 5 minutes.
Maybe 5 minutes, and then we reserve the right to extend it.
Yes, and maybe you will have an opportunity to see the scene, and maybe there will be like the small ceremony of the winners.
Don't go anywhere yet. We might have the winner of the Chess 960 tournament here. Stay with us. Hope you're enjoying it so far. The day is about to finish, but not just yet.
And if you have questions to the winner, please write in the chat.
Right, okay. And
see you in a moment.
See you in a moment.
and welcome everyone. We are back in the studio with the winner of Chess 960, Bienne. Congratulations on the success.
Thank you.
It was quite an interesting event for you, some lucky games. How do you feel yourself after this? Are you tired of playing chess? Like, how do you feel about your performance?
Yeah, I think this time I performance very good. Yeah, because last year I first time play very bad, very bad. Lost 6 game. Yeah, last year. Yeah.
Actually, some of our viewers are wondering, maybe you were, after the not so good performance last year, you were just preparing this year for the Chess 960.
Yeah. Sometimes I will to play next 916.
Yeah?
Yeah. Sometimes I will play in online. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you like it? You enjoy it?
Yes, I like enjoying.
So what's your secret in preparation for it, or there was not much of preparation?
No secret, just to play.
Okay, so the advice, don't prepare, just play.
Yeah, no prepare because I don't know or random which number. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to check maybe one of your games very quickly.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was your game against Vincent Heimer. So maybe you could comment on some of the moves or key points.
Yeah,
here.
I think Queen G5 very interesting idea. Yeah.
Yeah, if you want, you can also take.
Oh, okay.
If you
Because
want.
I want a long castle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Move queen. Yeah.
Yeah, and you long castle basically. Was it sometimes confusing about the castle? Because sometimes you got this fun position when rook was on a1, king on b1, and rook on c1.
Yes. It's a very difficult
You
position.
played, I think, against Julie, and you're
Yeah.
like,
Yes.
we're not castling
Yeah.
for a long
Yeah.
time.
Uncommon. Yeah.
Okay, e4.
Yeah. Very complicated position, I think. Here, Queen D7. With the
Queen d7.
here
knight
I
c-
think Queen C6 or Queen E8. Yeah. But I don't know. Bishop C5 take.
Wait, where is it? The mouse was it. Queen c6, yeah?
Yeah, I think Queen C6 or Queen E8. Yeah, but I don't know.
So better to keep the bishop for black.
Yes, because next move black want long castle. Yeah. Queen E8 long castle. Yeah. I don't know. Bishop C5
Bishop c5.
take.
Take.
Knight 4 take. Long castle. Where is Jane? Okay, mistake. Okay, confused.
Okay, this is.
I don't know. Okay, confused.
I mean, we can look at lines.
Yeah,
What is computer
okay.
saying? Saying d6. Wow.
Yeah, D6.
You were
think,
calculating, yeah?
yeah, D6 Queen B5. I don't know.
It says
Oh.
b3.
I miss
And then
B3.
knight.
Oh, yeah, I miss
Oh.
B3 knight C5 before.
Ah, my God.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. I take.
But it's still
Okay.
but it's still a better position, of course. Obviously, after d6.
Take. Yeah, take Queen F5. Yeah. I think this position white is slightly better. Yes. Yes. So end the game.
Yeah, so you're just having this comfortable
Yeah. Yes.
advantage.
Yeah. In safe position. Yeah.
Yes, and also this pawns,
Yeah.
pretty
G4.
weak here. G4, yes. And, okay, what was his mistake here? In
BC,
the
F3.
H5 was a good move, yeah.
Yeah,
And just F3.
Oh.
It's saying
Yeah.
something missed.
Mm-hmm.
So knight G7, it's saying. For some reason, knight G7 was better. Knight G7. So I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, let's just continue.
Yeah,
I
very
mean, like
strange.
we were also sometimes
Yeah.
getting some
Yes.
something like this. That okay, some move was a mistake or something missed.
Yes,
But
yeah.
okay, even in the opening in the first moves. But yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe he just prefers this endgame with a bishop and then with a knight.
Yeah, here
Maybe
I
not,
calculate.
not, yeah?
Yeah, I
Going
calculate.
back? Yeah.
No, no, no. Yeah, yes. I forgot 97. Why? Why I play 97? Yes, of course 97 is better. Yeah.
Then you're having a bishop, yeah?
Yeah, bishop.
Bishop against the knight and
Yeah.
on the opposite.
Okay, I forgot something. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but okay.
Yeah, but okay. Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, here I
Yeah.
think a very important position. Yeah.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
important.
yeah. Here Vincent miss h3, good move. Yeah. Yeah.
So here he should have played
Yeah, yeah.
something like
Here I think only move knight h4.
knight h4.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Knight e5,
Yeah,
h3.
this endgame very difficult for black. Yeah.
Yeah, and this.
Rook g6. Okay. Take king g7.
Great move, I think.
Yeah, I think this endgame is lost. No. Oh, oh.
And king goes down.
I don't know. Yeah, take. King g7. Very. I think white is winner.
Yeah, and then slowly pushing
Yeah,
the pawn.
rook d5. Yeah. Oh, very difficult.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
this is very complicated. Yeah, it looks like a close.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. But we have time trouble. Yes.
Yeah, of course, time trouble. Yeah, we were
Yeah.
playing last seconds, basically. That's why.
Oh, here is easy. Yeah.
Yeah, here it was already easy.
Yes.
Okay. So there were like some questions from the chat, from the people to you. So 1 second. So there is a question for you. What would you advise to the players who are right now improving themselves, trying to get better in chess? What would be your advice?
Oh, I think hard work.
Hard work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hard work. Everyday practice.
And what would you say to all your supporters in the chess world who are watching the stream and happy that you won this Chess 960? What would you say?
For now, today.
Yeah, to all the supporters of you who are supporting you, their viewers who are watching.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think 100, 916. Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, very beautiful. I think sometimes it's art. Yeah.
Yes,
Yes, a very beautiful game. Yeah, I remember today Navala play Bashim Ami. Very beautiful game.
Yes.
Very beautiful
He even
game.
joined us
Yeah.
for 5 minutes to the stream.
Yes, yeah, 94. Oh,
Absolutely.
yes.
This is probably the brilliancy of the tournament.
Yes. I look Queen E1, Bishop E1, 95.
95.
Oh.
Checkmate.
Yes, very beautiful.
Shocking,
Yeah,
yes.
very beautiful.
Such position,
Yeah.
but such position can come only because of the start, not typical. And that's
Yes.
why some players are saying, or some chess expert, that maybe chess 960 is the future of chess. What do you think? Like, because people are saying, okay, there are many draws on the top level. What do you think? Chess 960 can be like a...
I think 916 is better. Yeah,
Yeah, it's more fun.
yeah, more fun. Yeah, because very complicated position. Yes.
But only this year. Last year was not fun.
Yeah, last year I played very bad. Yeah, last year, yeah.
But for
Pink.
that, this year, today, you're winning. And that means I just would like to remind to the viewers that now Yang Yi is going to have the highest tie break. So in case at the end of the tournament there is going to be the same score, you're going to be higher. So congratulations to the victory.
Okay,
Thank you
so
for
much.
amazing games,
Okay,
for
thank you so
amazing
much.
chess. And to everyone, tomorrow we are going to proceed with Rapid. So be here at 1 p.m. Central European time. And we're going to be back here with Arthurs to get some action from the Grandmaster Triathlon Rapid. Goodbye, everyone.
Okay, thank you.